to the wire. So let's head to Minnesota for Lakers Timberwolves game 4 here today. Anthony Edwards and LeBron James, they've got a little bit chippy early on.
A little tussle here, and this is what Ant loves, right? Ant is talking to Bron, then he's physical with him, and Bron, I like this. He's like, I might be 40, but you can't call me shorty, okay?
And then Anthony Edwards, though, in the second quarter, just showing how this game was going to go here. And we heard it post-game. He said, you know what? This is a young man's league. Going ahead to the fourth, Perk, this is where in the regular season, Minnesota had some issues, not in this series.
Maybe I voted him too early. I should have voted him for most clutch player in the postseason because damn it, he been cooking.
Not your boy Brunson.
But all I've been hearing, Anthony Edwards, he shoot too many threes. Guess what? He make a whole lot
Pay
of
it off right now.
The Lakers have a response here, though. Austin Reeves, after a slow first half, got going here in the second. Huge three there. And then Julius Randle looking, gives it up to Dante DiVincenzo, blocked by James.
We got the iconic call and shout out to Richard Jefferson because this paid off on the other end with another knockdown.
And this is when I thought, okay, maybe the Lakers are going to hold on in this one after the Dorian Finney-Smith all started with that block from LeBron James. Huge defensive effort there. But then in the final seconds here, Sinead, this play stood out to you.
It's huge because he really controlled everything. The Lakers are in a zone and Ant has the smarts to get it to his teammates in the middle. This and one tied up the game.
And you can tell by the look on Austin Reeves' face. He knew that that was an incredibly costly foul here. So Minnesota up one. Initially, this was called Lakers ball. Anthony Edwards imploring Chris Finch to challenge and review it. And because of Hawkeye technology and a rule change last year, remember, this wasn't just able to be reviewed for an out-of-bounds play. It could also be reviewed for a foul. And so a foul on LeBron James was called. One more chance here for Los Angeles.
Correct pass.
It's a good look. Austin Reeves didn't get it to go. And so it's Minnesota that takes a huge 3-1 series lead. Here's Anthony Edwards on how they wore down the Lakers in the fourth quarter.
I feel like we took their best punches throughout the game and to start the third and then to end the third. And I felt like they was gassed going down the stretch. So just trying to, keep my foot on the pedal and keep going.
You made the change of the lineup to start the second half and went with those guys the whole way through. Was that planned?
No, it wasn't planned, but we just made the decision at halftime.
Okay, so the Lakers, they played their lineup of Luka, Reeves, Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron, and Rui Hachimura for all 24 minutes in the second half. That made them the first team with no substitutions in a playoff half over the last 25 years. Brian, what did this game tell you about Los Angeles?
Well, it told me a lot about what J.J. Redick thinks of his roster, which is he doesn't trust it very much. He certainly doesn't trust his centers. He played Jackson Hayes, his only center, 4 minutes in this game. That's it. And obviously didn't make a substitution in the second half. Really tried to play this like a Game 7. He obviously felt that with 2 days off before Game 5 that this was a game he had to go to. And it just kind of backfired on him. I think LeBron, was gassed down the stretch. He ended up resting on offense, I felt. It was a bit of a gamble, frankly, because Luka had been ill. LeBron coming off heavy minutes on Friday night, just 36 hours later playing again. They made a decision back in February not to, to go with Mark Williams, to rescind that center trade. When they did that, they knew they weren't going to have a team that matched up against everybody. And in some ways, this is a tough matchup for them. And JJ voted with his silence when it came to looking to his bench.
Look, y'all can live in the Laker land. I'm going to the guy himself. Anthony Edwards, the best young leader in the game, top 5 player in the game. What he did yesterday afternoon reminded me of not only Jordan and Kobe mentality, but reminded me that it's no other guy that's his age that's in the same conversation with him when it comes to his mental. His mental toughness is just different. The dog in him is just different. That's what this game was about. Anthony Edwards. We could talk about JJ playing his entire starting five, the whole 24. Anthony Edwards played 24 minutes too. Anthony Edwards took over that damn game. Anthony Edwards is every former player favorite player. I wish I could have played with Anthony Edwards. Real talk. If we took a poll right now of all the retired players and all the retired greats and asked them who would they want to go team up with, 9 times out of 10, all of them go say that man right there because of the dog in him. Not just what he brings on the offensive side of things, but damn it, defensively. He is a pit.
Oh, wait. Are you going to make the same? Okay.
You knew that.
So I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. There we go. So you say that it's former players' favorite player. I think he's also current players' favorite players. Because what we have seen is Anthony Edwards loves to be a giant slayer. We saw that last year, taking down Jokic, taking down KD. Now he has the opportunity of a lifetime to really make your career and take down LeBron James and Luka. And it all came down to execution down the stretch, and he was dang near flawless. 20 of their 32 points in the fourth quarter were generated by him. He had 16 points of that compared to the Lakers' overall 19.
Beyonce
it was
flawless.
masterful.
You're going to be ready for tonight to go to the concert.
Flawless, yeah.
But maybe playing 46 clutch time games in the regular season, they were not a very good clutch time team. Maybe that's paying off here because their execution down the stretch, you're not seeing Anthony Edwards play hero ball. And I think the folks that maybe thought, okay, the Lakers could have the advantage in this series, they were looking at that. They were looking at the late game execution of the Timberwolves. And all of a sudden, Anthony Edwards, in stark contrast to JJ Redick trusting 4.5 guys, really, Anthony Edwards is trusting his teammates.
Literally, he breathes life into his guys to make big plays.
Exactly.
That's what I fell in love with yesterday.
And it's that lineup that they have. They've been running that DiVincenzo, Nas, Randall, McDaniels alongside Ant to close games, saying, okay, you know what, Rudy, we're still going to play you 20 minutes, but it's not going to be that closing lineup.
This is the best basketball I've seen Julius Randle play in the postseason, and we could credit Anthony Edwards.
Absolutely. Hey, coming up here on NBA Today.
We're tied. 8 seconds to go in regulation. It's Jokic. Zubats is on him. And this is for the win. Oh, the Nuggets have won.
48 hours later, I still can't stop thinking about this. What are we calling it?
Girl, we got to think about it.
The Mile High Pistons?
Jack, our producer Jack didn't want to talk about the Knicks because he's a hater. He only likes to talk about the Knicks when they're losing.
Okay.
But he doesn't want to acknowledge them when they're winning.
So do you have any words for producer Jack that you can get out of the way in like 30 seconds?
I'll visit him when we see the Boston Celtics. Don't worry. We'll have our moment.
I mean, Magic in 7. You can't be saying that, Ashley. You never know. You never know. I'm just kidding. All right, let's talk about the Lakers now on the brink of elimination here as they're facing the Timberwolves. And there's only a select amount of teams, and it's not many, 13 that have come back from being down 3-1 in a best-of-7 series. Are Luka and LeBron doing enough? Are they enough to surmount some crazy comeback here against Anthony Edwards and the way that he's playing in the Timberwolves?
Okay, so if Luka and LeBron, they're enough as individuals, they're enough as a tandem, the team's just not enough, right? And this was kind of the concern when the Lakers were formed together that, you know, as dominant as Luka and LeBron are and can be and will be, it's just not enough when you talk about a 7-game series, especially when you're talking about a team like the Minnesota Timberwolves who have a lot of talent. There's a lot there to work with on any given night. And when you look at what the Lakers did or what they didn't do, they only made 5 of their 18 shots in the final quarter, and they got out-rebounded 13-9 and then had costly turnovers. But it's what's actually interesting to me is JJ Redick took a play out of Tom Thibodeau's handbook and refused to make any substitutions at halftime. I don't know if it's that he just didn't trust what was available.
We're playing the entire second half.
The entire second half. It marks the first time any coach has done that in a playoff game in the NBA since the 1997 postseason. So for all the people who are coming at Tibbs' neck, at least he doesn't have that record on his resume. But it just goes to show how thin this roster is and how unreliable this roster is outside of LeBron and Luka, not having the freedom to make those substitutions and not having the trust in those substitutions, which is a direct contrast to what Minnesota is able to do. We know what Julius Randle's going to bring. We know what Anthony Edwards is going to bring. But then you have Dante DiVincenzo. You have Nas Reed. You have Jaden McDaniels, who had a stellar night last night and has had a great just performance all through these playoffs. It's just hard to compete when you can't compete with that.
And really quickly, before we move on to Milwaukee in the Dame situation, if this is a first-round exit for this Lakers squad with Luka and LeBron, how much does that change the trajectory of what we see from LeBron James, who's 40, going to be over 40, I guess, at the end of this season? Does he stick around? What do you think?
I think if LeBron was going to retire, we'd have a whole retirement goodbye tour. He's coming back.
Okay.
but what I can guarantee you is that when the Lakers get eliminated, because it is going to happen, it's just a matter of whether it's in game 5, 6, or it's happening, right? He'll breadcrumb. I don't know. I got to make a decision. I got to think about it. I've been playing basketball for a really long time, and he's coming back.
Okay. All that saying.
What's your favorite team? Comment below, and if you like the video, please leave a like. This really helps the channel grow and brings you even more content. Oh, and if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button and activate the bell to receive all notifications. With each game, we notice that the NBA is getting more competitive every day, and all the teams are looking for reinforcements to win the championship. And only here can you follow your favorite team daily with incredible content from different sources. Here on the channel, there are new videos every day with analysis, curiosities, and the best moments in basketball. That's it for today, folks. Thanks for following along. The NBA doesn't stop, and neither do we. Until the next video. NBA, the passion that connects us.